Hey, hi. So here is the third myths about gender, emotions, and brain. Third and the final one, and it's about the idea that there are dedicated circuits, especially for emotions in the brain. And what we've noticed is whenever we get emotional or it seems as though it is happening to us. And for some reason, when it's happening to us, we say or do things, which means that it is taking over us, right? And which also seems then that because this is happening, there is this rationale which is supposed to be a separate region which is supposed to be controlling this emotional kind of takeover that's happening on us. But let's look at this a little more. Uh, Typically, amygdala studies, and this is the region of the brain which is talked about most in any kind of a brain research that is done, and it is a region that gets activated for all kinds of emotions and not just fear. But what is assumed is this is the region which gets actually maximum sort of activated for fear. And there is a study that was shown, of various subjects that whenever there was amygdala activity, it was only 30% of activation that was happening on fear, and there were, other emotions too that was getting activated. And whenever there was amygdala activity, it was not necessarily for fear, but for any of the emotions. So, what it means is emotions actually are not built in, but they are built by your brain as and when you need them, depending upon the context. They are not reactions to the world, they are constructions to the world, they are something that you build according to the way you need it. So, emotions are they are actually it brings us to the fact that they are complex constructions and are not simple circuits, and whatever that is emotions are happening are actually your brain's explanation to your internal sensations in the given context you are in. As you see, there are so many emotions out there, and for each of these emotions, for different people, there are different kind of reactions that might happen, that which is constructed by you according to the need, and it'll actually vary from individual to individual. So what we're basically saying is, in your brain you carry a model of the world, and it's not as easy to just change the emotion just in a snap of it, like so there is an effort that is involved. And the way the brain basically can help us do that, it has three ingredients to make emotions, and if you change any one of these ingredients, you will be able to regulate your emotions. The first one is the information from the body. So you can either get up, move around, or eat something, and therefore that's one way there is information that's coming in from the body for you to change that particular emotion. The second thing is change your surroundings, wherein you literally moving from one context to the other or one place to the other, and therefore your emotions get regulated. Or figuratively, you're sort of giving attention to your surroundings by attending to different things, and that is being mindful. And the third thing is change your internal model itself. This is what is the most important thing, which is what we're saying, that while brain is the predicting machine, is what is said, where depending upon what has happened in the past you predict the future. You can actually make an effort to predict the future by actually creating that kind of an experience for you which you want, rather than depending on what happened in the past and therefore believe that this is how it's going to be in the future. So that requires a little bit of an effort. So basically the conclusion of all of this is that you are the architect of your experience, and therefore it's the whole myth that there is a dedicated circuit available in the brain that creates emotions. In fact, you can regulate your emotions, you can become the architect of your own experience, and create that in the future. And that's what is the entire conclusion. There is nothing like, the emotion is taking over, because the more and more, yes, I mean, there are instances when the emotions are taking over, but the more and more we ingrain that thought and wire that thought, oh my god, this emotion is happening and it's going to take me over. So it's not like something that is outside of you. It's something that you construct based on your own need, and that is the essence that we need to understand, that more and more you start constructing this particular emotion based on the particular need, it starts getting wired and it starts becoming a habitual way of reacting to things. So it's not something that is built in, it's something that is built by you according to the need of the situation, and therefore it's very much possible for us to regulate our emotions. So this is what I in fact talk about in my masterclass, 3 secrets about the brain to tap your inner super strength. And one of the things is to regulate your emotions, or how to handle your emotions using brain science. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I almost forgot to tell that to you. And LCSS, like, comment, share and subscribe. See you again in the next video. Bye bye, take care, all the best.